In this video, I'm going to show you how to create pure financial freedom as an online coach and why this is the best business model. And I'm going to show you exactly how I've done this right now. Exhibit A. This is an apartment I bought in Dubai 3 years ago, which I bought for around 270 to 280,000 pounds. This property is now worth just under 600,000 pounds. And in the last 3 years, I have made around 90,000 pounds of rental income, which I'm now rolling into other properties. So the secret for you to get wealthy as an online coach is actually think about online coaching as a business. It has a very high profit margin compared to a normal business. Now, what that allows you to do is to generate substantial amounts of income that you can then roll into properties like this that are gonna pay you for the rest of your life. Now, this apartment has already made me 90,000 pounds in 3 years. So in another 10 years time, that's gonna be at least another 300,000 pounds minimum. More likely, probably like 500,000 pounds. And this is going to keep compounding forever, as well as this being an appreciating asset. So number one thing that we help our clients do is to grow their business, to generate substantial amounts of extra cash. They can then redeploy into assets, they produce more money back, and then they can buy more assets and then just monopolize from there. And this is basically where you play a real life Monopoly, because it then gives you the ability to create financial freedom. And the important thing I'd ask you right now, how much money do you need to live your dream life? Because I actually worked this out the other day on the plane. It was a lot less than I thought. And that's when I understood that I didn't actually need that many properties to have a complete life of freedom. Realistically, if you got to having like 10 apartments like this, you would make 300,000 pounds a year. And if you live in Dubai, it's cash tax-free. You would have a very good lifestyle and you would never even have to do any work. And this is essentially what I want for everyone who watches this channel, to teach you how to make money and then also what to do with it. And if I look at this apartment now, we were actually joking behind the camera about whether I should just keep this and use this as an office or recording studio. But it's got 6 views across like the skyline of Dubai. It hasn't got marina views. But I used to be an estate agent for a long period of time. And the most important thing you actually want to look at is actually rental returns. So the difference of what you get in a lot of properties in terms of paying a load more to get a view of, like, say, Dubai Marina doesn't work out in terms of affordability, in terms of actually a higher return on investment. And the biggest mistake most people make is when I first bought this property, I shit myself. I had to put down 170,000 pounds cash in one payment, which was a lot at the time. And now I look back and I would think about one of the best sayings one of my dad's friends said to me, who owned loads of land, who was really wealthy. And he said this, he said, expensive today, cheap tomorrow. And when I bought this apartment, it was a hell of a lot of money at the time. But now looking back, it's cheap as hell. And in the last 12 months, I bought a further 3 apartments in Dubai and looking to buy another one at least by the end of this year. And that's a goal for me to achieve financial freedom, is that I'm going to keep growing my businesses to generate extra cash that I can then redeploy into assets like property that appreciates, but then also provides me income. It's a bit like Uncle G says at Grant Cardone, it's like focus on getting assets that produce income, and then the money from that you can then put into stupid shit like sports cars, watches, whatever you want. Now, should you buy property in Dubai? In my opinion, Dubai is the best place to buy property. Why? The tax benefits. Because there's no capital gains tax, which in the UK is retarded, and in the US is even more retarded, and in Canada, I believe, is now 64%, basically daylight robbery. There's also no personal income tax, so a tenant who moves in here in a week's time, who's already paid me £15,000 for 6 months, I pay no tax on. It's a very lucrative system. And the reality is, more and more people are moving to Dubai, so if you buy in the right areas, you can make a huge amount of money. I'll give you a golden gem of what's also just happened. I bought 2 apartments in an area called Town Square, which coincidentally is next to where they're building Al Maktoum Airport, the second big airport in Dubai, where they announced a week ago, they're spending 128 billion dirhams on redeveloping that airport to make it a major hub, which means where I bought those apartments are about to shoot up in value. And this is where if you buy the right properties in the right areas, you make money doing absolutely nothing. And this is a key thing in terms of when it comes to investing, is you have to look long term. And the reason why most people aren't in a financial position they want to be in is they're taking quick money grabs and they're not playing the long compound game. Now, what makes all of this possible is you actually scaling your coaching business, and you having a fitness business that makes $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month, is just over broke to some degree. Because I guarantee you this, you're in a position where you're comfortable, and you being comfortable is going to do you a disservice when it comes to long term, putting yourself in a position you want to be in. And the reality is, you having a business that makes you $10,000 a month or $100,000 a month, it's actually easier to have a business that makes you $100,000 a month. Why? because you can have a team of people who can do this stuff for you. It also gives you more margin for error, as you have a lot more profit margin. And when you also have more profit margin, you can then buy real assets like this that's going to provide you income for the rest of your life and financial security. So you don't have to worry if your Instagram account gets disabled, Stripe account gets disabled, and it all goes everything shits the bed, because you have other sources of income that create financial stability. And this will never happen unless you actually grow your fitness business. And the best ways to grow it are, one, be the attractive character story and actually be a trainer who's in good shape. But don't just focus on being like an IFBB pro who actually is a professional bodybuilder who has no money and isn't successful. And the second thing is actually understanding how to generate high quality leads from things like social media, telling your story, a bit like I have in this video. And then secondly, in terms of how you convert those people into high paying clients with sales calls. If you have that basic process down, you can basically rinse and repeat that up to 50K a month, and then add more paid ads, operations, and team members in, which we've got loads of other videos that show you that. But I'm a very shy, introverted boy who's from like a little village in Surrey, who built this entire business in a shed in the end of his garden, who now has multiple properties in Dubai, lives in one of the best places in the world, and has complete financial freedom, because I took a risk and I went all in. I did what you're probably not willing to do to actually achieve results that you'll never get. If you want to be in a position where people ask like, how the fuck have you done this? You have to do the work. And the secret that's allowed me to do this is very simply, I thought, who, not how. So thinking, how can I scale a coaching business so I can buy investment properties that then provide financial income for me, which is something I always wanted when I was an estate agent in Surrey. I thought, who can help me? I found the people who had done the thing I wanted to do, and then I paid them to teach me. And that's what I'd like to invite you to do. If you want help in terms of scaling your online coaching business, so you can buy real assets like this, drop me a DM at Charlie Johnson Fitness, property investment in Dubai, and say you want to grow your business to make money and buy a property here, or you can hit the link below this video and book in a free call to find out how we can help you. If you took some value and some inspiration from this, smash the like button, comment below any questions, business, property, anything related. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you like this type of content, more property-based, investment-based, let us know and I'll make more stuff like it.